Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Capricorn, this is your Mars and Aries reading. It's coming out a little bit late, but I realized I needed Mercury to go direct before I could get the energy and sort of the drive, the focus to do these readings. Mars is the powerful planet of passion and drive, and it's going to be spending an extraordinarily long time in its home zodiac sign of Aries. So it went into Aries on June 27th, and it's going to leave on January 6th, 2021. When we see this happen, there's a great deal of momentum building in our lives, and we're really pumped full of energy. And especially now that Mercury has gone direct, we can harness this energy to burn brightly, pursue personal goals, ambitions, and independence. This is also aggressive energy that's going to push us to go after who or what we impulsively want without thinking twice. Okay, and part of the reason it's spending such a long time in Aries is that it's going to go retrograde September 9th through November 13th. So we have to be aware that we might feel our efforts suddenly stall, or we run into conflict or frustrations. So let's go ahead and jump into this reading. Just a quick reminder, I have all of the decks that I'm using linked below. So please go ahead and check those out. They're in order of appearance too, just to make that a little bit easier for you. And all right, let's go ahead. Let's invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and spirit guides to this space to deliver the messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, really any placement. And Crosswatchers are welcome, right? Who doesn't love a Cappy? All right, let's go ahead and see. What messages do we have for Capricorn, Mars, and Aries? A lot of confusion surrounding this situation, Capricorn. Ooh, but you get the lovers. But you need to make a choice here. I feel like more than a love situation, although it very well could be a romantic situation or a love relationship. There's a really important choice that needs to be made. So we have the Knight of Swords in reverse as your overall energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The Knight of Swords in reverse is somebody who's in a little bit of hot water, somebody who's experiencing a lot of confusion and kind of swinging this sword wildly, and may need a little bit of help in redirecting his or her energies. This could be your energy, or it could be, I'm picking up Capricorn, maybe on your partner or somebody you're dealing with. Their behavior is erratic. The Knight of Swords, I don't like this energy because it can also be abusive, whether that's physically, verbally, emotionally. The Knight of Swords has lost direction. Somebody who also could be following doctrine or dogma, or basically, what they learned growing up, but not using their life experiences to make informed decisions. Okay, so they're just moving forward based on something that they learned, but that's no longer applicable, if that makes any sense. I really don't actually feel like it's your energy, but then you might also have to take a look at something that you believe so wholeheartedly in, and is it still true for you? Okay, so you guys are showing up as the Hermit energy. This is Virgo energy. This is a teacher, but the Virgo, when it's in the upright, it's like this time for isolation and this need to sort of pull back and do some soul searching. But in the reverse, Capricorn, I think you've been brooding, you've been thinking, you've been dealing, you've been quiet about a certain situation for quite some time. And I feel like with this Hermit card in reverse, you've gotten the downloads that you were supposed to receive. We did just go through this full moon in Capricorn energy, finishing up eclipse season. I'm also getting lots of ringing in my ears as I'm talking about this, so we're on the right track. But this also could be a guide or a teacher. Some of you could have had an epiphany. It could be a dream. Some of you might have received, like seen an apparition or something along those lines that's giving you a bit of clarity about this situation. But I do feel like more than in your surroundings, there's a lot of confusion. This is the Seven of Cups energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There's a lot of things that are distracting you. And I think you're having a really hard time figuring out which one is the best one for you, or which road to take, which blessing to receive, okay, which to focus on. You're being blocked by Leo energy. It could be a person, or it could just be the need to find your inner calm during this really confusing and tumultuous time, and finding that strength and this courage. Sekhmet is indicated on this card, and she is the goddess of cats from ancient Egypt. And, you know, cats are also renowned, or were venerated, revered, because they would keep plague and disease away from towns, because they would catch all of the rodents and that sort of thing. So some of you also might be dealing with health issues. Some of you might find yourself really, really sucked into the news about COVID and the pandemic and everything that's going on, and Spirit saying, okay, it's time to really find that center and sort of seal up your energy field and your aura if it's leaky in any places, to not allow any of this, you know, hysteria, and to lessen the confusion that's around you. So that could have to do with the news. It could have to do with the energies that are surrounding you. Okay. Again, you get Queen of Cups. Some of you might be dealing with jealousy and emotional manipulation. With the, you know, if you're partnered with the divine feminine, it could also be issues from, you know, maternal issues that you might have, or, you know, it doesn't have to be gender though. It could just be somebody in there sitting in feminine energy. Now, the foundation of this reading, you get the Four of Cups. This is about not being too emotionally involved. So like you really choosing to decide what energy, what people, where your boundaries are, what are you going to allow in your life? Because I feel like the Four of Cups can sometimes be a blessing coming to you that you don't see. But Capricorn, this is not your energy. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. But I really feel like it's this Capricornian energy, since he's out in the forest here, and he's just contemplating, and he's saying, do I want this or do I not want this? And we see that here with the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups and the Four of Cups is interesting, because I think they're really working in tandem. I think that you're getting offered a lot, but you're really trying to unpack which one, what do you want? And I think that's the lesson here. What is it that you are willing to accept and receive? Some of you might be feeling attacked, and for some of you that might be the media. It might be this relationship or this person that you're dealing with. Okay, it could be at work, it could be in romance, but you need to make a choice and remember that you decide what energies and what people are in your space. Okay. In your recent past, you have the Two of Wands. I believe this is Mars and Aries energy. And the Two of Wands is about being at a crossroads and the need to make, it is Mars and Aries energy, the need to make a decision. In the reverse, it's taking us back to that Ace of Wands. And it's sort of like really taking a look at, what do you want? What is the best for you? What does your gut say? Now, this is interesting because I was just doing some research on the heart, and that most shamans activate, there's like a bundle of cells that think and feel independently within our heart from our brain. So oftentimes when, you know, you ask people, where do you live? Or you ask, you know, native people, where do you live? And they touch their chest. Or if you find yourself touching your chest, that's another way to help you make a decision. And I feel like this speaks to that right now. That part, I can feel my heart like that. Yeah. The need for you to help with this confusion and to make this really tough decision. Some of you, it might be in love. Others, it could be in finances. To think with both of those brains, right? Now, don't anybody get funny with me, because I'm not talking about, you know, having two heads or anything. But I'm talking about, you know, like really, if your ego, if you're getting too cerebral about it, that's going to create confusion. Just go ahead and check in with your heart space, and also, you know, your gut. What does your gut say? Okay, and there's a real need to do that to help you make this decision. The Lovers coming in from above, Gemini energy, a very important decision that needs to be made in love. Some of you, it's deciding between two people or whether or not you want to commit. But again, it can relate to anything. And then you get the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins is Earth energy. Specifically, it's Moon in Taurus, okay? And so it's about getting your needs met. It's about the everyday. It's also all about pleasure. So what brings you pleasure? What brings you joy? What brings you bliss? Something here is out of balance. And that could really be you, being like pushing forward, very focused on, goals and this and that, and neglecting the side that, brings you love and brings you joy. So do check in with yourself. Some of you might be engaged in a situation. It could be with a Leo person, or it could be with anybody that somebody that where there's something here that's out of balance for you. Okay, so giving and receiving love. Are you giving enough? Are you receiving enough, etc.? And do those boundaries, or does this verbal or non-verbal, verbal or written contract need to be rewritten, okay? Or have your needs changed? Because remember, Taurus is all about needs, right? Getting your needs met. All right, so let's go ahead and see what additional information we have for Capricorns for this Mars in Aries reading. All right, third, you get the throat chakra, number 5. So this is the need. You guys need to really express yourselves. Some of you might feel like you haven't had the right words, or you didn't know exactly what it is you wanted to say in this situation. But I feel like that clarity is coming to you. That's that hermit mode you've been in, trying to sort of suss out what you want to say, how you want to say it. Again, in lots of different contexts. Some of you might need to do throat chakra work. If you work with crystals, blue crystals are really going to help you. Capricorn, you need to stand up for yourself. You really do. I feel like, again, this Knight of Swords energy is not so much your energy, but it's somebody that you're dealing with either at work or in your personal life, and it's time to tell them like it is. And there were certain things that you might have accepted as okay in the past. They're not. Okay, I think that you were in a state of, 8 of Cups. Some of you might need to walk away from this situation. Some of you did walk away from this situation, but I feel like it was much more passive aggressive, and you went inwards. Okay, and Spirit's saying, okay, now it's time to sort of, with this Mars and Aries energy giving us the courage and the strength to say what we mean what we say, tell it like it is, and stand up for ourselves. Look at that. And then you get the Judgment Day. This is second chances. When it's in the upright, but it did sort of come out in reverse. I don't usually read my oracle cards in reverse, but I do feel like it's significant, because I feel like if this is somebody that you're involved with, and I think if they're constantly crossing your boundaries, Capricorn, I feel like this is a relationship that's probably been off and on, or this has been an ongoing issue. Enough is enough, and it's time to speak up. It's time to stand up for yourself. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, you get mental conflict. Yep, because, and I feel like you don't want to. You don't want to. You don't want to police anybody. You don't want the drama, but you need to. Yeah. Okay. Water. Okay, so you want to go with the flow, but I think there's something here. This strength energy, that fire energy, it's not allowing you to be as fluid as you would like. And I think you've taken a very watery, emotional approach to it. And I'm getting from Spirit that it's no longer, it is an emotional issue. You might have water in your sign or be dealing with a water sign, but it's gotten to the point where it's time to really bring it into, bring your concerns to light, okay? Whether that's writing a letter or whether that's speaking to somebody directly. Because I feel like there's something that just has been so imbalanced, and it's not going to fix itself the way that you wanted to, or in a passive-aggressive manner. Now, I'm not saying get into a fight, but I am saying you need to be active or take active measures here. And then you get air. Okay, yep. So air energy, there's, a sense of detachment here. The qualities of air, I'm just going to read from the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle for you. Air is crisp, ethereal, and decisive. Yeah, so it's time to make that decision. We also get the throat chakra. All right, a lot of blue coming through. The energy of air fuels the winds of truth and whispers grand insights. Clarity and truth are supported by rationality, reason, common sense, and logic. Air energy breaks stalemates and stagnation through wise decision making and mutual understanding. Yeah, and that's what's needed. And there's a sense of confusion. There's a need for you to make this decision. If this isn't resonating with you as somebody else, this is the confusion that you're feeling internally, and it might be creating a little bit of anger. Bring the quality of air to a situation by seeing things as clearly and objectively as possible. Focus on the facts, truth, calm communication, throat chakra, comprehending the points of views of others, and promoting understanding on all sides. Yes, Capricorn. Yes, there's something here that needs to be reworked. Say what you mean what you say. And I think the minute you do that, even though it might seem daunting, it's going to be the right thing. And you get the Valkyries, redemption. So this is going to be a rebirthing of sorts for you. So the Valkyries, it's never too late to change. Regret is useless. Forgiveness may be necessary. Bravery is valuable. So you are going to have to tap into your strength and your courage. And we have this Emperor Aries energy at this time really supporting us. It is said that near death, the whole lives flash before our eyes. For Viking warriors on the battlefield, what flashed before their eyes was most likely a beautiful yet terrible winged woman, often on a mighty flying horse, eyes flashing, singing a song of blood and glory. The Valkyries were the choosers of the slain and were present at every battle of the Norse. While they had various names such as battle maidens and shield maidens, their primary service was to select the most worthy and bravest of the dead warriors and take them to reside with the god Odin in Valhalla or with the goddess Freya in her hall. All right, so a Valkyrie energy is wild, but also suffers redemption. And I really feel like I'm hearing those swords ding, ding here with this card too, the Knight of Swords. This energy is wild, but also offers redemption and relief from the weariness of battle. So yeah, it's time to sort of like bring this cycle or this fight or this relationship that's been really tumultuous to an end, to bring peace and calm. Most of us these days are not in physical combat situations, but life may certainly feel like a daily battle at times. The Valkyrie's power and wildness urge us to exhibit courage in our lives and to release ourselves from the bonds of regret. All right, Capricorn, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. But most of all, I want to thank you for all your love and support, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.